Hi, this is Thursday, March the 1st, 2012. Now I'm going to talk about what I posted a little trickle on yesterday is why HUD is trying to ruin Philadelphia. The FHA, in its infinite wisdom, has decided they are going to lower the seller concession. That is the amount a seller can credit to a buyer towards their closing costs from a total of 6% to only 3%. Now, I understand conceptually why HUD has done this, and that is to lower their risk. Because usually, if you're going to have a 6% credit, you're going to add it to the sale price. And then what happens is the sale price is higher, and there's a little more risk in case values start coming down. Well, first of all, values aren't coming down. They're either stable or on their way up, depending on the market. But for Philadelphia specifically, we are stuck with a real estate transfer tax that totals 4%. And normally, it is split 2% seller, 2% buyer. One little trick. There's no rule that says it has to be split. It's just a customary thing. So you could have the seller pay all 4% of the transfer tax, which is something I've been advocating for years in good markets and in bad, because what it does, it increases the values of the property, and it also increases the tax base for the local taxing authorities. I can go into that in a little more detail in another video. But for right now, and the normal things that happen, this 6% rule is just works for us in Philadelphia, because normally you have to add 2% of the sale price for the buyer to have to pay. So on a $200,000 sale price, it's $4,000 extra dollars. Yes, on FHA you can get a 100% gift. It's still, you want to have people understand that they have to come up with $4,000 less. It's going to make it a lot easier because the seller can pay it. So there are other parts of the country that have transfer taxes or reasons to add to closing costs, such as title insurance. You have to pay it normally as a buyer. There are some parts of the country where the seller pays it. But in Philadelphia, we're double whammied. The transfer tax, the higher title insurance costs, so it does get expensive. You're also now probably unable to buy down someone's interest rate to get them to qualify based on a permanent buy down, like just lowering the rate, say from 4% to 3.5%. And you can't do a what's called a 2-1 buy down, where you lower it 2% in the first year, 1% in the second year. So they can get a much cheaper rate to get in. So this is hurting. This will hurt first-time sales. And now we're on to the reverse domino effect, where the first timers are buying out people who are now moving to another house to buy, and so on and so forth. So between that and the mortgage insurance on FHA going up significantly, both the upfront and the monthly, we're not making progress. We're going backwards and putting brakes on to where we should be getting a little more liberal rather than more conservative. There are other ways for FHA to raise funds. Instead of a higher monthly payment, we could have a higher upfront fee, which is fundable immediately upon the conclusion of the loan. The other thing that FHA is doing wrong is the refinances. There's people with a, say, 5.5% fixed rate mortgage that want to get into 3 3/4, 4%, and can't, because their mortgage insurance is going to jump from the 0.5 that they had from a couple of years ago. Now it's over 1.1%. So it's an extra half a point that they're being tagged with. So it makes no sense. So you're not getting that money back into the economy. You're not stimulating the economy. We need some change. There's my 2 cents. I'd love your comments. This has been Fred Click.